I don't know. I think we're due for a very good one. Harm owns the bag. Shy got in the bag. Harm owns the bag. That's a good one. Alright. I'm gonna need you guys to remind me to change the maps, though. There he is. He's in there. And an awkward silence, but we gotta turn the music off. My bad, my bad. So it wasn't too awkward of a silence, but at least from my view, there was no one challenging. And Harm going early for the bump. Expect to see that a lot. But Shy can avoid it to start and gets an easy counter to start off and break open the scoring. If Harm loses game one, I'm leaving. That's brutal, holy. But he must think he's a curse. However, that's quick 2 up from Shy. Not looking good for you so far. What's Shy's record in 1v1? Do you know offhand? We could check, but we might as well, if you know it. Is he undefeated? Nice. 0 losses. Okay, that's what I thought. I remember seeing someone with no losses. So that is very interesting. And your only loss, nothing, is from Shy. So nothing wanting that revenge, but still has to get through Harm first and gets a demo there. Harm down by 2. Has a good opportunity on offense and wanted to flick that again, but could not do so. And going for more bumps. And looks to play the pressure game, see if he can make Shy make some mistakes, and there it cuts the lead by 1. Playing close. Played Shy with a fever, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of getting sick myself. It's a weird time right now. Everyone getting sick. But Shy with the counter and get another. So far, Shy 2 counters, 1 kickoff goal, and that will definitely help break the nerves. But looks take it to the air, full boost, initial touch, another one, but too much. And possession given up to Harm, who does his own style in the air. Looks kind of similar though. But there, you might be on the sun, nothing. A little bit of a mistake there, as tried to challenge, could not do so, and another counter. So Shy up by 3, but we do have a lot of Rocket League to be played, and this is only game 1. You expect players get into things right now, kind of still in the testing phase, seeing how their opponent plays. And nice positioning from Shy. You like that? Simple yet effective. Keeping it close enough. Can alter it. But there's another kickoff goal. And Harm's got a lot of things to look through here. And Shy. He kind of wins that kickoff, I guess we could say. It's in favor. But Harm with possession, quick flick, and threads the needle. What a flick. Yeah, wonder if that was in or out without the touch, but overall strong shot. And 2 minutes left. And so, you know, Harm's got to be thinking, I mean, I'm mostly down from kickoffs and counters. If he could tidy things up, could be a different story as he puts a shot on target. What a save. But turning and expect him to play possession here. Going for the bump, can't get it. And that's another thing. Hasn't been able to connect with those. Another counter. And it is not working for him, but he's going to still try. And if he can get that going, that adds to his game. Fucking holy. But 2-7 right now. Thanks, man. Appreciate the charity. Shy still with this one, causing the reaction. And zooming all over the field, but this one giving up to Harm. And what's the options? Low boost, almost manages to squeeze it in. And going for the bump. Trying to push Shy out of the way. Almost thought he could turn on it. But a lot of back and forth play here. Now Harm using the bounce, taking to the air, flip reset, another one, but Shy knows, doesn't have to challenge. Let Harm go the full course. Shy gets a nice flick, and that might be the end goal here. But no worries. Thanks again, Holy Blade, for the resub. Alright. Game 1 to Shy. Pretty dominant to start. So we go to Forbidden Temple. And we're going to be looking on any changes, what to expect. And even look at the stats. Harm had a lot of shots, not many going through. So, very interesting stat line there. But game 2, Forbidden Temple. Shy up 1 in the series, and Harm beats out. That's going to be a slow roller. Does start us off with a goal on his end. And could this be the momentum shift he needs? And low boost. Just trying to keep it away, but could be a counter for Shy if he can line it up. Taking corner boost. Has another, and what a defensive challenge from Harm. Ripping it on target. And Shy, what a touch. He's still on it. Slightly pinches it and able to stay with it. And that's huge in ones. Not creating any space for your opponent. And Harm can't get the demo. Is he overreaching again with the demo? Shy puts a little spin on that. So, yet again, give Shy credit. managing to avoid all these bumps, demos, and making it work. And Harm wisely gets another touch. That drop down. Shy was ready. But Harm blasted high. Takes the 50. Now Shy. Taking possession. Tough to do anything, but Harm given the respect that Shy has earned. And too strong of a shot. Harm takes the lead again. And looking to break away. But Shy, favorable kickoff. And doesn't get much height on that, but still able to keep possession. Like we said, something Shy does so well. That's when you think, where else can he go? And Harm chasing him off. But again, Shy almost turning it into a goal. Harm, what a flip reset clutch as he ran on a boost. And needed to get that flip reset. Shy was ready on the counter, if not. So Harm up by 2. And in a good position right now. Wants to expand on that lead. It's the biggest lead for Harm in this one. But that one given up. Shy does catch. Gets the flick too strong. And plenty of options when it's on your car. It's where you're going to be dangerous, and gets another chance at that, but gives it up. See how it dropped off. Less of a threat. But it's given multiple possessions. Somehow gets enough of a bump. Thought Harm would get around that one, but Shy has enough of an angle and cuts the lead by 1. Doing something. Harm still trying to get to work on Shy. Yeah. Hit him with the Harm special, truly, but I don't know. Harm pulling something out of Shy's book. And you can see both teams, both players battling. Habit to say teams, but they are their own team. Now Shy gets a high pop. Gets the angle. Are you kidding me? Thought that would have no room to score once it got by. And that is a tight angle. I don't think you could hit it at any different time. Or else it'd be bouncing out. Harm, simple flick, but well covered by Shy. And Shy hanging around in this one. That one's given up. It almost bounced off Harm right in front of net. But Shy down by 1. And you definitely can't sleep on him. Harm just trying to get this one out. Shy being a nuisance. And there's the space that he generated. It hits the crossbar.
This is chalked.
This is chalked. That's our custom sound. We used to have it for every time it hit the crossbar. Now we have to manually do it. But Shy hovering around and, you know, playing patient, playing that smart game and waiting for a mistake from Harm. But Harm sees that corner. You could see him eyeing that corner from the start of this possession. And sure enough, puts it right there. And huge goal. It's now Harm. It's up by 2. And so certainly wasn't easy going down pretty much to the wire, but Harm pulls out the victory. And sometimes you're going to have games like that. It does make a difference. And if these games come down to close knit like that, you got to wonder who's going to take the series. What'd he say? I don't know what he said. It disappeared. Did anyone read it? I don't know. Oh. I don't want to distract them, so I have to wait. Oops. But, Shy coming out hot, and what can you expect? First game loss, not taking it kindly. Weird boost over ball play from Harm. Yep, and seems like he's unlocked. As Shy, the complete opposite. And full force. Up by 3, and big strong game of him is those kickoffs. And can make it hurt. If you blinked, right now Shy is up by 3. But a possession game, Harm gonna want to get to, and can play it wisely. So many options from those bounce dribbles, what he loves to do. And then he also loves those cringe bumps. We like to call it that, but it is a fully effective maneuver if you could get it. And more power to the player. That is the first. Could be dangerous. And Harm, that's going to be a little wide. And certainly would have been a good goal to cut into this lead. But still down by 2. And Shy. Flip reset. There's a little bit of space, but Harm given the respect and tough to read. It's because Shy has proven when you think he can't touch it anymore, he's got another in the bag. And just delays your challenging so much. And those mechanical players, that's why they do so good in ones. And that one's given up, but wide anyways. Harm definitely wants that one back. Will retreat back after the demo. I don't know. I don't know if that was full force psycho or just trying to pinch, but what a flick. using the crossbar in. Knows he has to go wide away from Shy. And down by 2, but Shy, does he have another kickoff goal? Almost. But what a beat from Shy. So yeah, those kickoff goals, just brutal. And such a big part of one's. I mean, you win those kickoffs, you either get a goal or you gain possession. More possessions, better chance you have. And what a rip. Harm staying in it and using that crossbar very well this game. But Demo, Shy, rips it on. And Harm there just in time. And Shy cutting off the attack and still has some boost. Harm gets a piece. And that's going to be wide. And that one's giving up. Harm on the retreat. Another possession chance. Quick flick. Shy with enough, but Harm a little awkward. Can't quite turn the boat of the ship. And Shy changing it up, adding a bump, adding a demo, but like we've seen on the other side of things, can result in a counter. And that's the risk reward of ones. Especially when you tie in demos. And Harm lines it up, ties it up. And holy smokes, we got a game. And don't forget, this is tied 1-1 in the series. So a big game at that in game 3. Someone's going to break forward in the series. And now Harm gets another possession. He's made the most of a lot of them. And that one narrowly bounces out. Almost a save that could have resulted in another. But there's Harm just controlling on the ground. Has an easy one going the other way. And my goodness, Harm has battled to gain this lead. But like we said, those possession goals, so big. Harm has really been making the most of it. And as we say that, he probably wants that one back. But has to challenge awkwardly. Shy. He can play quick while also showing good possession, which makes him so lethal. To the air, another one, but plenty of time for Harm to react. And might just steal this one from a last second shot. And Harm takes the lead in the series. And it's getting real interesting. Alright, we're going Utopia, Dusk. And then next one, we gotta remember Aquadome. Welcome to game number 4, and Harm starting it off basically from a kickoff. And could this be the changing of tides? 2 very good kickoffs to start. Rips one on, and what a save from Shy. Allowing that one to get away and turns it to a counter. And what a read. Thought that was in. Shy making sure. And now both teams tied up again. But Harm, that one gets away. He wants the forward momentum, but at least able to carry it around, make it awkward. Shy not going to have an easy counter. But there's the bounce Harm wants. Going for the 50. And did he just pass to himself? Almost. But what a carry from Shy. Perfectly executed. But Shy giving up that possession. Still gets it back though. And boost up by 1. Trying the similar carry on the other side. But big demo and quick shot. And playing quick there. And unfortunate location for Harm getting deleted on the path. But messes that one up a little. Gotta go back for boost. Initial pop. Shy. And we see Harm in a unusual spot. He could have challenged right there. He's playing a little passive. And gets the goal scored on him as a result. And you can see a lot of these touches just slightly off, but almost catches Shy overcommitting. And Shy, it's been all over that back wall, continues to do so. I mean, can you blame him with good results? And just so interesting with ones with the series, how different game to game can be, what the strategy. Harm gets a much needed goal to stop the bleeding. But yeah, in this one we've seen Shy, play close on the back wall, get some more bumps and demos, and not the typical style we've seen. But sometimes that's how you adjust. And good possession. Tries for the bump. And Harm. What a play. Can't even get there in time. Shy happens to just stop with it. And look at this back and forth battle. And Harm ripped that one too quick. But previously, Shy almost had a 50, resulting in an open net. And Harm bring it to the other side. And look at these mind games. Almost going through. Shy's there. And lofted up. Hits the crossbar. Harm can't get the angle. And Shy did mess that one up. There's still 1 minute. Oh, 50 seconds now. Harm looking for the bump. Gets it, but not before Shy gets a touch. Gonna rip it on. And Shy somehow staying with it. Turns it into a goal. Give Shy credit on that one. Like, as soon as it bounced off the crossbar, or the backboard, you're like, well, is he gonna hit it? Is he not? Not only does he hit it, he lands with it, turns it. And then that is the clincher right there. Alright, so we got a car change. But now we're tied, 2-2. And we're going to Aquadome. I oh, alright, we good? Brutal. Yeah. I gotta... sometimes we go a good amount of time without a ping, but not often a lot. Alright. Game 5 is here. And so, tied 2-2. Harm with the touch, that's going out. And gets the demo. High pop. Flip. Going for the bump, but Shy is there. And Shy going the other way. Does get it. And up by 1 to start. And not much to do there. Shy. Too strong of a kickoff. But Harm. Downfield. Has a kickoff of his own. And splitting the lead. But it looks like a kickoff game so far. And Shy has 3 goals up now. And solid start as we are into game 5. Shy looking to go match point. And like we said, a kickoff game. We're due for it. Harm can't get under that one. Shy able to challenge. But that one's a relatively easy challenge from Harm. Can go straight on. But Shy beating out and just enough. And what a beat. Now up by 3. And Harm bumping out. Tough to go anywhere here, but he gets bumped into the boost. And long range goal. And favorable kickoff, maybe. Harm does not get the boost. What a turn. And Shy gets a favorable roll. And that battle over boost. And now Harm making sure he has all the boost. To the air. And completes the bump. And such a tough play to defend. And Harm almost sneaking one by as we get close to halftime. 2-goal difference. Another challenge from Harm. You could just full force send it. And Shy, you see that little bounce off the car, not full possession. Harm pouncing on that. And despite how the game's gone, Harm only down by 1. And has been effectively challenging. And look at this view. As what a demo. Shy in the backfield has proven to be a nuisance, especially previous game. And just able to be on the ball. Well done. Up by 3. Just waiting for that challenge. Goes high. Sticks with it. And add another kickoff. Harm. It's a little bit awkward that with that one trying to catch up back to it. Now Shy. Doing similar things of nature, but that quick challenging. And then goes for the bumps. Just consistent with that. And actually, if you'd known, it's a full-on straight path to the net, but did not take the open shot. And just all over it. Shy. Playing tough right now. How do you get by with someone playing that on top of it? And a little last second theatrics. But Shy, series point. And one more to be moving on. Where are we going? Neo Tokyo. I think, right? Alright, I don't know why we're jumping in. Alright, game 6 here. Harm. Trying to start things off. But Shy buying a little time. And trying to 50. And that's going to be just enough where he can follow it through. And up by 1 to start. Now Harm is playing basically on his last life, if you will. Can't afford any more losses. Does get the save. And trying to bring it game 7. And he's given space. And that's enough. I thought it would be too strong based on how the flick was coming out. But given the space, make Shy pay. And now Shy trying to use that possession, but Harm up by 3. Not going to allow it. And what a 50. Harm up by 4. Still 4 minutes to go. You obviously can't sleep on Shy. But a very nice start for Harm. Exactly how you want it to go. Except that. And it feels bad, but could see it. Have the corner. Try to rip one on target. Keep the momentum, but that one's in favor of Shy, and now trying to get back into the kickoffs. And Shy has the flip reset. What a play. And it looked like it would fizzle out instead. Pulls out the move to get the goal. And Harm on the other end. What an extra touch. And Shy gonna wait on this. Wait in the turn. Harm playing very close. Now Shy trying to get another and is able to land, which means he's able to get another touch of height. And within 2. High bounce. What a turn. Incredible play. Now Shy gunning to tie it up. Harm with the challenge. It's coming all the way back. Has to turn. Can't get a demo. Now Shy has possession here. Flick just over. And tied up. But big possession here for Harm. Trying to put it on target. Shy with the save. And he's up. It doesn't matter. Almost about to say valiant effort on the challenge. He actually is up and able to turn around, but it just still floats in, runs out of room. And Harm credit with the goal. Just gonna loft one up there. But that one's popped high. Can't get the flip reset. A lot of respect for going for it. And Shy has an open net. And ripped on target. Shy almost in. Harm using everything to save it. And pinch going out. Harm Can he get a counter? Shy all over it. Taking all the boost. And awkward. Harm makes up for that spot. And Shy challenging to the side. But just full force sends it. And this could be big. 20 seconds left. Shy has boost. Gonna go for the flip. Can't do much. Just getting boost now. Big challenge. Going the other way. Shy getting a touch. Stave it off. Harm. Second flip reset, but not strong enough. Shy had to respect it. Is he going the whole way? He missed it. Are you kidding me? And OT. 6-6. Are we going to game 7? Or does it end here? And Harm puts it through. Overtime thriller. And game 7. Incredible stuff. Imagine after everything we forget to put it on Champs Field. Alright, forget about everything. One game to go. How will it turn out? So far, Harm has a kickoff goal to start. But shot too high. Harm turning around on this one. And that one a little awkward, but somewhat still able to have possession. Now Shy exactly where he wants to be. Rips it. And it's gonna turn around on this one. Likely to just keep pressuring. He's got the speed so he can hang around. But Harm has a little awkwardness. You could see Shy open up that backside. Harm was thinking, but fortunately for Shy, not in the net. And trying to feed it through. Now has to rush back because this counter is coming. And strangely enough, that net is open. And Harm feels bad. It messed up. And that's why it's open. But does he go all the way? Trying to get a bump. Now Shy survives. Gets the boost. And now can attack. And that one's a quick shot on target. Shy just testing and gets a goal. Up by 1. Almost 3 minutes left to play. And Shy You know, catches Harm slack in there, gets the bump out, and turns it around. You wonder, is the move there a quick shot or a quick boost grab? Neither happened. And luck is on Shy's side. He's up by 3. And just gonna test. And there's another one. Can't put it through. Luckily for Harm, that's not going to be going into the net. But we're past halftime. Shy trying to go full court. It should be an easy clear. And you can see Shy just going for it all. Gotta respect it. Still up by 2. And somehow gets back. A little bit of a miscue, and Harm too wide. Shy with the demo possession. And what a challenge. Harm should have that one on target. And that little bit of space. No, this is for a royalty series. I don't believe there's a prize pool. I thought there was, but I guess I was mistaken. This is playoff semifinals. Game 7. Harm trying to tie things up, taking all the boost, and now can take possession. What does he do with this? Goes for the bump, he can't get it. Now he's given another possession. Quick flick. Shy with the save. Trying to turn it around. But ties it up. 2 people. I have 2 people in the server? That's crazy. Just how you made it sound like there's only 2 people in the server. But Harm gets a touch, but tough to react. Shy is there. And that's a strong flick. Harm couldn't get it out. 24 seconds left, up by 1. Well, I believe last week we had Harm against them. So that was quite the storyline. And Harm can't get a touch as that is last ditch effort. And Shy denied. Harm can't get a touch on that. And there's your winner, Shy. Congrats to Shy. Moving on.